I am now pleased to introduce our two student speakers, the school co-presidents, Arthur Peleologos and Madison Pettaway. Please come up.
Thank you, Mr. Palfrey. Friends, Philippians, country people. Well, here we are. Many of you have been asking me since the beginning of the spring if I had started working on this speech, and I must be honest, although back then I may have answered something like, I've definitely started it, or I've certainly thought about it. I'll confess I didn't commence writing this until last week, but there was simply too much to reflect upon. Time and time again, we have claimed that our favorite part of this institution is the people. The people. In our English classes in Bullfinch Hall, we learned that the specific words people use matter. We learned the difference between the denotations and the connotations of words. We learned that each word an author uses is intentional and worthy of our attention. So let's analyze our own word choice. This particular phrasing, the people, encompasses all members of our community. We don't just say the students, because we don't just love each other in academic settings. We don't just say our friends, because it is not just our friends that this love extends to. The people, not individually, but collectively, make the long days and nights here at the Academy well worth the struggle. And think about this novel concept. If each person at Andover states that their favorite part is all of the other persons at Andover, then each one of us is a small piece of the favorite part of all of your other classmates. As I said in a speech earlier this year, by simply being your best all-around self, you have contributed to the happiness and success of your peers. Our love for the people of Andover manifests itself in a variety of forms. When one of us leaves the school, those who knew that person feel the aftershocks of grief for a long, long time. When the senior class plans and implements a senior prank, personal beefs of the past go away for just a day or two, and we all come together as one. All of us, regardless of how we feel about this place or this time, cannot help the onset of nostalgia. Andover, the place, will always be here for us to come back to, if we want to. Leaving the campus itself does not induce the sentimentalism that we feel. Look around. What does induce it is the stark reality that today, Sunday, June 4th, 2017, is the last time that the people of the class of 2017 will be all together as we are today in this exact form. We see the relevancy of the phrase the people across languages and cultures around the world. The etymology of the word democracy, a system of government still refining and reforming itself today, lies in the ancient Greek phrase demos kratos, which in English literally translates to people power. Roman politician Tiberius Gracchus stated that a tribune who annuls the power of the people, vim populi in Latin, is no tribune at all. And in Spanish, the words for the people, la gente, are unique in that gente is treated as a singular noun, not a plural one, as in English. The people is one. Each of us is like a unique, individually colored stone. Separately, we do catch the eyes of people and our pieces of art on our own. But when combined, here at Andover, together we have painted a single beautiful mosaic that is the class of 2017. A mosaic that artistically, to speak metaphorically, accomplishes so much more than the sum of its individual parts. The absence of a single stone disrupts the image, and an off-color stone affects the entire mural by changing the rest of the image. In other words, each stone is equally important to this mosaic. Going forward, most of us will return for reunions, but our time spent removed from the Academy and its people will set us on very different paths and therefore put us in very different mindsets. What unites the class of 17 today and what has united it the last 4 years are the common experiences we've had here at Andover. No doubt, we, the people of the class of 2017, will accomplish great things. Let it be known on this day that there has never been and never will be a class quite like ours. Cheers to 2017 and to all the people of Andover. Thank you for making my decision to come here a decision I will never, ever regret. There's a great big world out there. Let's show it how amazing the people at Andover are as a single, solidified, undefeatable unit. Who's with me?
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today to celebrate the wonderful class of 2017. One day, a few weeks ago, while I was procrastinating writing the speech, by scrolling through my college's absolutely ridiculous class Facebook page, I miraculously found a comment thread about writing graduation speeches. One comment in particular stood out to me. This day feels like it has taken all the time in the world and no time at all to get here. And that was the moment that it hit me that I was graduating from Phillips Academy, Andover. And I did not know how to feel. I mean, the best word to describe my relationship with Andover is complicated. But suddenly I realized just how much I'm going to miss this place. This is the last time all of you amazingly talented, smart, and beautiful people will be so conveniently within reach of each other. And this speech is me battling with that realization. When I was filling out the senior survey that we had to complete for our baccalaureate tickets, I was frustrated for two reasons. One, that was a really long survey. And two, that survey was a forced reflection upon my Andover experience. And that was something I had been avoiding. I did not want to think back upon all of my memories of and opinions about Andover because I was not sure what emotions they would bring up. But I had to take the survey. And as I went through each question, I noticed how many of them ended with, "Was it worth it?" Now, if you had asked me this during the day-to-day grind, I probably would have been too concerned with how I was going to get through my packed day to return a very positive answer. And I respect that. Andover is hard. I will not stand here and magically forget all of the tough times that I experienced here. But as I took that survey, I answered that it was worth it. Looking back at my Andover journey as I prepared to leave showed me that Andover has informed, tested, and strengthened my beliefs, commitment to social justice, intellectual curiosity, and relationship with myself and others. And I will never be able to express and repay my gratitude for that fully. Andover has changed each of us in some way. Personally, I do not recognize the shy, quiet, and insecure girl that I was when I first came to Andover, and I'm so happy that I don't. The journey was not easy, but I've realized that growth does not come without hardship. The daily grind of Andover was tiring, but it fortified my commitment to prioritizing and taking care of myself. Even with piles of work and meetings after meetings, we had fun, caught up with friends, sat and chilled in commons long after we had finished our meals, or lapped around the library to build up enough steam to tackle that next assignment. We figured out our wants and needs, learned how to self-advocate, created great memories, big and small, amidst the stress, and we've made it. No matter how tough your Andover experience was, you made it to this day, and that is something. So I want pride to radiate from within you as you hear your name being called and see your diploma make its way around that circle. At our community convocation this Friday, our assistant head of school for equity and inclusion, Linda Carter Griffith, reminded us that there is a Maya Angelou quote for every occasion. So 17, this one is for you. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. We did not just survive Andover. We thrived here. Sometimes we finessed, but we still made it work. I sometimes still ask myself how I made it into and through Andover. But on this day, I'm gonna put that thought on the back burner as I celebrate the fact that I got here with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. Over the past 2 weeks, I've experienced about every emotion when I think about leaving Andover. I've been sad, I've been happy, anxious, excited, and angry. And I believe that at the heart of it all, I do not know how to say goodbye. But after many discussions with my friends, teachers, and psych counselors, I've accepted that I am ready to leave Andover. Andover has given us what we need to take on the next chapter in our lives. Though the inner child in us may wish for more time to be with the family that we've created here, it is time to go. And Lilo and Stitch taught us that family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. So look around at your friends, teachers, coaches, and mentors, Andover, and your Andover family. You do not have to be physically with them to hold them in a place in your heart. Goodbye does not mean forgetting how much these lovely people have shaped the person that you are and will be. The summer after my junior year, I went on the Tang Institute Learning in the World trip, Brazil Places. Throughout the several goodbyes that I had to say, I learned a Portuguese word, saudade. The rough Portuguese to English translation of saudade is I miss you. But to me, I miss you sounds so ordinary and seems to trivialize the burst of melancholy and nostalgia that interrupts and inhabits my thoughts. When I think of leaving Andover and all of you, I think of saudade and its definition as a nostalgic longing to be near again to something or someone that is distant or has been loved and then lost. The love that remains. Thank you for everything, Andover. This is not the last time that we will see each other, but we both will have changed in our future encounters. Even as I move forward, my love for you will remain a constant present. I will always feel saudade for you. Thank you.